Welcome to yet another episode of Delhi Bulls Unfiltered. In today's episode, we've got Matthew Wade and Tim David with us. Firstly, I don't know how do I say this, but as an Indian fan, Australia has hurt us so many times. Yet somehow, whenever you enter the field, we end up cheering for you guys. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I didn't even know that happened. So
doesn't feel like it.
Not really?
Wade is the more experienced international cricketer out of us. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually, okay, I still remember that one moment when you had hit Shaheen Afridi for sixes in the T20 World Cup. Indians went berserk. So, I mean, on social media, do you get a lot of messages regarding that as well?
yeah, not so much on social media anymore. It's a while ago now, but yeah, when I go to India, I get reminded of it frequently. So I think they were as excited as the Australian fans that I managed to get one over Pakistan. I think they were happy with that.
Yeah. Tim, what has been your favorite stadium to play at in India?
Well, you know, my home team has been in Mumbai, so Wankhede, you know, there's obviously great memories there. I made my international debut for Australia in Mohali. Wadey got us home in that game, smacked it. So, you know, there's special memories when you have games like that, and I suppose you attach different emotions to different games. But yeah, we do get well supported in India, and we're very lucky in that respect. Just less supported than the Indian team when we're playing against them.
That's understandable. But then, which format do you enjoy playing the most? Because you guys are actual hard hitters of the ball. So T10, is it even more difficult to play? Because you don't have any time to settle down.
T10's fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose it's that feeling when you get on a roll, when you're batting any time. So maybe 10 overs you run out of balls and you actually... It's not as fun, so...
What about you, Wade?
I've only played one game, so it's hard to comment what I feel about T10. But no, I'm obviously a little bit older, so I come from a more traditional background. So T10 is certainly a little bit more of a challenge for someone at my age to try and get going straight away. We're not used to doing that, but it seems like it's hard work for a batter, especially to come out and just start teeing off straight away.
Being Australian cricketers, do you guys sledge bowlers before you start hitting them, or is it just your raw skill that you hit them off?
I used to. I don't do it so much anymore.
If there's anyone that does it, she's sitting in this chair over here, so you know.
There's no time in the short formats for that stuff. So it's just skill against skill. Really, that's all it is.
Okay. Have you guys ever hit a six out of the stadium? Has it ever happened? We've
got a couple out of Belrive before. I've got a couple out of Belrive. You've got a couple out of Belrive. Where we play BBL.
A
couple.
Tim's
got plenty out.
And do you keep on re-watching your replay of sixes and all? Because I would love to do that. If I was a cricketer, if I hit a six, I'll be showing it around to every single friend of mine.
You know, the other day we were playing in Hobart, and Marcus Stoinis was teeing off, hit one on the roof, hit one out of the ground. And we were walking off after the game, and they're playing the replay on the big screen. And we were watching it as we were walking off. And someone in the crowd said to him, "Stop watching your highlights." And Stoin, he said to him, "If it was you, you'd be watching them." So it's a good point, isn't it?
True. And regarding those high catches, like you're quite known. Being a wicketkeeper, of course, you've taken some blinders at the back, but then you at the boundary rope, how challenging it is with the light coming right at your face and your eyes.
Yeah, they're the challenges. Sometimes the ball coming out of the crowd. You know, they're very difficult catches. All of them impossible. So anytime you hold on to one, you know, it deserves a lot of adulation.
Any special tips from Kieran Pollard?
His hands are a lot bigger than mine, so you know they've already. Wadey just gets to wear gloves, so he makes it easier for himself. No, you know, I suppose we played together a lot, so you can always rib each other. But he's played a lot more cricket than me, so he's got the bank there, so you know, I've got to catch up.
Absolutely, but I think with the years coming ahead, I'm sure you'll catch up real soon. Which cricketers did you grow up watching?
When I was growing up watching cricket, you know, it was the Australian Test team when I was young. So, you know, you had Ponting, Gilchrist, Warne, McGrath. That was an amazing team. And then you know, you get up a little bit older and you're watching Wadey make his Test debut over in the West Indies. You know, watching him get his first 100 in at the Gabba in an ODI for Australia. I remember like watching on TV. It was hot that day. He kept cramping. So you know, these are great memories, and you never expect to be playing in those games yourself. So when it's hard because you're there to do a job, and then so you normalise it a little bit playing for your country, but you have to check back in and go, that's pretty cool that I get to do that, because you looked up to these guys, idolised them growing up.
And it must be an honor to wear the Australian cap as well. I mean, one of the team with the biggest legacy. I mean, so many World Cups, so such kind of dominance that you've had over the years. What has been your favorite moment over the years?
There's heaps of
I'm sure.
very
Top
good
three
ones,
then?
but the 2019 Ashes was a highlight. The backward and forwards that you have and the tussle over there, that was really cool. The 21 World Cup, obviously here in the T20, winning the first one for Australia is a highlight. But yeah, there's a lot of good ones and there's a lot of bad ones. Like over a long career, you have your ups and downs, and probably more downs than ups. So you try and hang on to the good ones, but it's the ride that is the most satisfying. You get to the end of it, and it's kind of you can look back and acknowledge the downs and celebrate the highs.
But the fact that you had a long career itself is a proof that you're a fantastic cricketer as well. When it comes to Ashes, which cricketer has been the most challenging to play against? Jofra?
Yeah, Jofra was hard work in that. I mean, Stokes was having a hell of a summer. The 19 Ashes that we played in, he kind of he ripped a few games away from us, and he was just having one of those purple patches that he was hard to get out. So he was really challenging to get past him, and Jofra were really good in that series.
Does that review hurt a lot at the last over of the Headingley Test match? Because I was on your side when Ben Stokes actually hit that boundary, but in that over you had taken a review, like Australian team. And if you remember, that was not out, but the last ball when he was actually out, you didn't have any reviews left.
Yeah, I was at short leg at the time. We took one. I think it was a fair way out. Probably. I think they might have needed 60 or 70 when we took that review, but it was clearly pitching a long way outside leg. I think it might have been to Leach. And then obviously to not get the decision late, which there were a few bad decisions throughout that series.
What is the one thing that you've learned from Ricky Ponting? Lots to learn, I'm sure.
Yeah, there is. To be honest, I played a little bit with him at the start, like a few years, and then he's like a kind of mentor, list manager at Hobart Hurricanes. But I haven't had a heap to do with him around cricket, to be honest. So I can't answer that question for you.
Lastly, when it comes to India versus Australia matches, be it the Border Gavaskar series, how's the mindset in the dressing room? Because I'm sure lately it has been that India has done really well against Australia, somehow, especially under the Virat Kohli era. So how do you guys tackle that pressure in the dressing room?
What was that around the Border Gavaskar?
Border Gavaskar series,
I played in one in Australia, and it was a good series. India ended up getting the last couple of tests off us, but it was backwards and forwards for a long time. But India are a hard team to beat. I played twice in India as well, and you can hang in for a long time against India, especially in India. But if they get the momentum, they're hard to stop. So no, everyone's confident. Like it's a big deal, but every series is a big deal. Every international series you play, there's a lot of media attention. So you just crack on.
Before we end this, what's your prediction for the Border Gavaskar series? We've won the first Test match, 4 more to go. What's going to happen?
You asked this question the other day, and same answer.
I wasn't there.
4-1, 4-1 to the Aussies. India have got 1, so there's 4 tests left to win.
Sure, good luck for that. What about you?
3-2, I said. Aussies' favour. Obviously.
Has it ever happened you've just texted Bumrah, just stop for a while, let us bat for longer? Do you text during international matches?
He might not reply to my texts anymore. So.
Oh, come on.
I mean, Wadey's played a lot of Test cricket with these boys, so. He's probably a bit closer, but you can, they're still your mates, and you can text them at different times if you got funny things. It's like anyone, they could, what the hell were you doing yesterday? And you go, just didn't go my way. So,
wish you all the luck for the upcoming matches that you guys are going to play across the world. I mean, across different franchises as well. Wish you all the luck for that, Tim and Matthew Wade. Really nice speaking with you. Also, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know in the comments which is the next player that you would like to speak with and have a podcast with. Any message for the fans before we leave?
Delhi Dil Say.
They've learned Hindi.
Go the Delhi Bulls.